Today is the day Mason Mount is likely to be officially announced as a United player. His medical is complete. He's had his first day at United. He will say a bye-bye message to Chelsea and he will come back to Carrington today to just finish off the deal before it's announced. Probably pictures in the shirt and all of that. And there has been photos spotted of Mason Mount all around Cheshire and Carrington. And that's on the verge of being announced. And we will talk about why Mason Mount really was keen to join United and how Ten Hag sold United to Mason Mount. Mason Mount feels that United is the best step for his career, and we will do a bit of an insight into Mason Mount's first day and what's expected. But today is also meant to be the day something big happens with the takeover. Do I think something big will happen with the takeover today? No. I'm sorry, Rio, but how many times have we been here and said, look, you're going to find something out tomorrow, you're going to find something out tomorrow, you're going to find something out Friday, you're going to find something out Saturday, and nothing happens. Rio's convinced something big is happening today. He's got sources like Ornstein and all of that. If something big happens, of course I'll be updating you live or with a video, so do subscribe for that. But I don't think anything interesting is going to happen regarding the takeover today because it's July 4th, Independence Day, the stock market is closed. Very unlikely. But something big did happen yesterday, and we've got confirmation coming in that Manchester United did put in their first official bid for Andre Onana, 40 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons, so 45 million euros. Now that is very obviously going to be rejected, but with Inter Milan asking for a minimum of 50 million euros, if United change it to 50 million euros bid, I think that will be accepted. And I think Onana to United is a deal that could be done particularly quick. Inter have said, look, we've got a deadline of July 21st or something like that, or July 23rd. You've got to get it done by then. So hopefully there will be some movement on that. I think maybe a second bid will come in and then wait a few days, second bid, that might be rejected, wait a few days, third bid will be accepted, and Onana will be in a whole Mount situation. So we're going to start with the Andre Onana news, then we're going to get into the Mason Mount news, and then we're going to dive into a little bit of the other news coming about, talk about Amrabat, Højlund, etc. So what was actually said on Onana, and why am I confident United have officially put a bid in? And why is this important? Well, if Man United put in a bid in for a player, and if, I'm very confident we're going to sign Onana, because every time we sign a player, we put in a bid, then we know that bid's going to get rejected. We put in another bid, we know that bid's going to get rejected. We put in a third bid, we sign the player. Every time we do that, we normally sign the player. And every time we put stories out like this player's too expensive, we're looking at cheaper alternatives, Man United are actually going to look for the player that they wanted. Talking about the Feyenoord keeper, that said to me, no, they're going to get Onana. They're using the Feyenoord keeper as a game to try and lower the Onana price. It's a game. But Manchester United have made a first official bid for Onana. It was said first offer for Onana arrived 40 million euros plus 5 in bonuses. Inter think it's not enough. There will be other contracts. Inter do not want to go beyond July 20th. So bid very likely to be rejected as expected. But what else was said? Contacts between Manchester United and Inter Milan will continue. United have several plan B options, but evidently Ten Hag considers Onana priority. So again, saying, look, the first bid's going to be expected. Contact will continue. If the player's too expensive, United will have plan B options, but it's obvious Ten Hag wants Onana, and for me, I think United will just continue to pursue this deal, but talk about options and talk about price is a try and not overpay for the player. I think it's a tactic to try and overplay. It was said by Demartio Justin, Man United have offered 40 million euros for Onana, and that it's said by other sources that United have offered 40 million euros, but Inter wants 60. I think they'll come together and agree something like 50 million euros plus maybe 5 million in bonuses, which is around 45 million pounds for a deal for a good keeper that's going to have a massive impact on United, the way we play our all-round possession game. I think it's a pretty good deal, and I think United should hurry up and put a 50 million euro bid in. I know it's our tactic. Before we make a bid for a player, we say, oh, we're looking at alternatives, this player's too expensive, link ourselves to a couple other keepers. Then we put in a bid that we know is going to get rejected. Then we'll put in another bid that's maybe 5 million high that we know is going to get rejected. And then we'll probably put in that third bid, say this is our final bid, or we'll walk away. And that third bid will get accepted, or Inter might play us around a bit. But Inter want to get the deal done. Onana wants to come to United. Ten Hag's pushing for Onana. It's just a matter of time of, how United are going to faff with this. It's not a difficult deal to do. The asking price is very reasonable, and I do think the Onana deal will be done very soon. I'm very confident that we'll be signing Onana, and De Gea will probably be gone for good. And then once we've sold Onana, we can sell Dean Henderson. And by the way, did you see the news? Man City, I think James Trafford's a very good keeper, and he was very important to Bolton last season. But Manchester City are going to get 19 million quid from Burnley for a goalkeeper that's only ever played in League One. And yes, he's young and he was the best goalkeeper in League One, but it's not even like he was in the Championship or the Premier League. Dean Henderson's been in League One, the Championship, the Premier League. Nottingham Forest won't give us more than 15 million for Dean Henderson, but Burnley will sign a League One keeper for 19 million quid. The difference between Man United and Man City in selling is unreal. But United, you'll use that James Trafford deal to say if James Trafford's going for 20 million quid, we will not accept any less than 25 million quid for Dean Henderson. United, use that to your advantage. You probably won't. You probably let Dean Henderson walk for about 4 million quid because Nottingham Forest know how awful we are at selling. But that rattled me. But I expect Onana to be done in a couple of weeks. Hopefully he's done in time to fly out on the pre-season tour, but you just don't know with United. He should be done in time because that's not for 2.5 weeks, but it's Man United. We don't, doing deals quick, Man United doesn't really go together. And then I don't think De Gea's coming back, and I think that will be Dean Henderson gone to Forest, hopefully for a decent amount of money. And as I've said before, I think Onana will be a fantastic signing for United. I think he will take our general play, our possession play up a level. We're going to play a lot higher up the pitch, probably create more chances, have more control of games. The centre-backs, I think, will look better. And even players like Maguire, if they stay, I think, he was better with Dean Henderson than De Gea behind him. Maguire. I'm not making excuses for Maguire's awful performances, but you know what I mean. Now, guys, what was said on Mason Mount United today? Bit of an inside scoop on Mason Mount. It's been spotted at Carrington. He's going to finalise the deal. An announcement is expected today, potentially tomorrow on Mason Mount. But why did Mason Mount choose United? Chelsea offered him the same money. He got offers from Liverpool. He got offers from Arsenal. Some reports coming out on why Mason Mount was so keen to join United. And this was firstly said by Romano. Erik ten Hag has been crucial in the Mason Mount deal. It was the perfect feeling. Mount wanted United and ten Hag wanted a player with that kind of desire. So it's a perfect match. Ten Hag is sure that he's the perfect midfielder for his tactical idea. Then Melissa Reddy said Erik ten Hag introduced 83 principles when he arrived at Manchester United. Many explained what to do without the ball. Mount takes all the core traits he seeks while being comfortable as a creator. Midfielder vowed by Erik ten Hag's level of detail in his game and appreciation of it. So what's been said is obviously we know Mount is coming in to do a lot of off-the-ball work. We know the off-the-ball work that Mount offers is exactly what, Erik ten Hag wants from him. But as I've always said, I still think we need another midfielder because he doesn't help our on-the-ball problems in terms of defensive ball retention. We need someone that's going to take the ball off the centre-backs, play next to Casemiro and potentially cover Casemiro, which is potentially what Amrabat could do. Lavia has potential to do. Moises Caicedo would have done perfectly. So we do need another midfielder on top of Mason Mount. But it was basically said the reason Mason Mount chose United and was so keen on joining United is because he felt Erik ten Hag was going to be the best man for his career. He felt that, Graham Potter and didn't really know how to use him. Lampard, it was a bit iffy. But, he thinks that ten Hag's the manager will get the best out of him because ten Hag spoke to Mason Mount and said, I know you're this kind of player. I know you're good at this. I know you're good at that. I want my system to do this, this and that. And I'm going to say something to you guys. Mason Mount and Onana, they don't come across as the most exciting signings. But I think the way Man United are going to play football next season is going to be completely different. I think, you're going to have Ten Hag's going to set up in a more of a 4-3-3 with 2 8s. Onana's going to allow us to play much further forward. I think out of possession, Mount's going to be doing a lot of what Ten Hag wants him to do, pressures, his, just general movement, tactical awareness is going to improve. I think United are going to play a much nicer, more advanced style of football next season. And I think, the Mount and Onana signings, I think it will just see our game elevate to that next level. And I think both signings will have a big impact on the squad. It was also said that Mount has signed his contract at United and it is valid till 2028, confirmed Romano. He will say goodbye to Chelsea and later be announced as a United player. So, Mason Mount is done. Onana is expected to be done. After Onana, United looks set to look at the striker market. But it all depends on pricing. United will not pay more than 50 million for Rasmus Højlund, and you can't blame them on that. But it's also said by Fabrizio Romano that if Man United can make enough money in sales, they would also like to bring in another midfielder. I've said Onana will be a fantastic signing. I think Mason Mount's going to be a great signing in the sense of he's clearly what Ten Hag wants. Ten Hag clearly has a vision for him. But if we sign Mason Mount, for me, it's really important we do get another midfielder to help cover Casemiro and potentially play alongside Casemiro because I don't see Mount, Bruno, Casemiro dominating the big 6 games away from home. I think it's too vulnerable defensively. But I do think that it will work. The more I look at it and the more we know what Mount can do and how Ten Hag views Mount, I think Mount will be a good signing. I don't think he will flop. Ten Hag views Mount as having Frankie de Jong like potential. He is only 24 and he was desperate for the move. He left his boy club Chelsea because, you know, apparently Ten Hag basically sold him, saying, look, I know you're this player, I'm going to play you this way, I'm going to get the best out of you, and that's what kind of sold Mason Mount to United. You know, unfortunately, if Man City get de Jong and Liverpool get Lavia, I will not be in a good mood. But hopefully another midfielder coming along in August. Smash the like button, guys. Subscribe down below if you're new. Hopefully some takeover news soon, and I will be updating you on other transfer news coming in this window. See you next time. Bye.